All right, guys, let's talk about the influence of China on Vietnam. Vietnam is actually super cool when it comes to Chinese influence, and you're about to find out why. So, one of the positive influences from China onto Vietnam was monetary slash economics. Vietnam actually gave China actually gave Vietnam money. So they were able to borrow money in order to improve their living situation and government. Additionally, when it comes to your administration and government and bureaucracy, um, the Vietnamese actually copied some of the Chinese bureaucracy style. So you're looking at their laws and their government styles actually being put into place into Vietnam. One of those things includes the civil service exam, or actually taking a test to prove that you're good enough to work in the government. Additionally, when you're looking at positive influence, you're looking at your art and literary styles. So, one of the most famous pieces to come out of China is the Tale of Genji. And it is written with a very specific style. And so the Vietnamese were actually able to copy that a little bit and then develop it into their own unique style. Additionally, when it comes to artwork, the idea of delicate brush strokes onto parchment or paper. Um, Actually, pardon, not parchment, that doesn't come until later. But the idea of delicate brush strokes going onto paper is something that also translates very well for the Vietnamese. And they begin to develop a very unique art style that's based on Chinese art. Finally, when we're looking at positive impacts of the Chinese onto the Vietnamese, the Chinese actually introduced this idea of so they actually helped the Vietnamese improve their agriculture. And when it came to farming, this idea of, hey, if I dig these holes or like these little rows to go by my crops, it helps spread out water so that every single plant gets water with less effort on my part. And it really helped transform farming in Vietnam. And when you're looking at farming getting better, you're looking at more people getting food. When you have more food, your population grows and your people are healthier and happier cuz obviously you got to eat to live. So this was a huge transformation in Vietnam. Irrigation agriculture, aka different ways of watering your plants. Now, going into a negative or a couple of different negative things that happened because China influenced Vietnam, which is Vietnam borrowed money from China. So, yes, it was a good thing that the Vietnamese got money to help, improve their stuff, but when you owe people money, you end up in their debt. So, positive and negative. Um, a negative thing is also that even though they were influenced by the Chinese, they kind of tried to take advantage of the tribute system. They were actually able to achieve political independence from China through manipulating the tribute system. Now, I know that this sounds like a really good thing, but when you're looking at long reaching political effects, the idea was that China was financially controlling Vietnam, but politically, Vietnam was responsible for itself. So it was kind of getting a lot of negative things without actually getting any of the benefits. And when it comes to um, like the colonizing and just further into history, you're going to see Vietnam ends up becoming kind of like a pawn in terms of global politics. Um, they do end up making a big comeback, but at this point in time, which is around 1000 to 1500. They are kind of trying to establish their own independence, but they are relying on China. And one final negative thing about China and Vietnam's relationship is that the Vietnamese at this point really think that the Chinese are barbarians, like that they're these awful, rude, gross people, and they call them the Southern Barbarians. Um, and like the Chinese also thought that the Vietnamese were pretty awful people too. So you're really just seeing mutual dislike from both sides. When we are looking at a map, we are going to place Vietnam right at the border of Southeast Asia and China. So when we're actually looking at Southeast Asian civilizations, we're actually putting Vietnam almost by the Khmer Empire. And when we're looking at that, we're seeing that double influence from East Asia and Southeast Asia. So Vietnam actually ends up becoming one of the stops on the monsoon marketplace, and you're seeing them attempt to become a part of this network of trade. But because China has just such a bigger amount of things that they can offer, sometimes they get pushed to the side. Despite that, though, they are closer and more easily accessible, so they do end up becoming one of the furthest stops in the Silk Road, but they mostly participate through the Indian Ocean trade or the monsoon marketplace. All right, that's about it of the Chinese influence on Vietnam. If you have any questions, please make sure to ask. Thank you.